And welcome back. Today I am with Topleo. I am in their office testing out some stuff, and they got something pretty nice for you guys. This is one of their new projectors. So we're going to be testing this out. Yeah, very excited. Let me know if you guys are brand new to the channel, consider subscribing, and if you're a return subscriber, welcome back. Say hello in the comment section below, that way I know you're here. We are going to test this out. If you guys are interested in this, check the description below. I will leave a link. That way you guys can get set up with something pretty good. Okay, so here we go. It says 360 free projection. Kind of curious what that does. This is the smart projector powered by Whale OS, and I believe that is very similar to iOS. So it won't have like the Google Play Store, but it does have like Netflix, YouTube, Disney Plus, Prime Video. A lot of the stuff is already built in here. 1080p LED source. Yeah, super excited. It's got video playback, DisVio. You got your gamepad, Wi-Fi 6, and Bluetooth version 5.2. Extremely nice. So let's go ahead and unbox this guy and see exactly what we get. So right when you open it up, I like how it has that power button in the middle. Pretty good. So let's go ahead and see how this is. So right off the bat, I can tell this thing is going to be very nice. Just pulling it out, the quality and everything, man, it has that shiny new car smell on the projector. You also get something here in the box, and I'm guessing it's going to be like your power cables, and a remote. Ooh, I think, is this the G1? I forget which remote this is, but there you go. We're definitely going to be using this guy to test it out. And then of course in the box you do get some reading material, some user manual. You also get some cleaning stuff, some Q-tips, and then just some maintenance instructions. And then of course we are going to use their power source, so that way see how everything works. Now, because I am in China, the plugs are going to be Chinese, but depending on where you are in the world, I'm sure they will have a custom for your country. So here we go. There is the projector. Yeah, the material on this thing is actually very nice. They do have, and I believe this is going to be an HDMI cable. So they do provide a high-speed HDMI cable with Ethernet. So this is going to be actually a very, very nice cable there. So if you're going to hook this up to your TV, PlayStation, whatever it is that you have, they're giving you a very, very nice cable there. And yeah, the remote, I'll show you guys the remote here real quick. Pause the video if you need to. You do the power, you do have the source, voice, settings. It looks like this might be your apps. We'll test that out. Up, down, left, right, home, the hamburger button, the back button, and then of course you got F plus and F minus. So that could be forward, backwards, and then your volume, TV, mute. And then I do like how they have some customizable buttons here at the bottom. So Netflix, YouTube, Disney Plus, and Prime Video. Now, as far as the projector goes, the model of this is the TP350 NTV. And this is going to be an LED projector. So there it is right there. The swivel on this thing is pretty good and durable. And the thing that said 180, look at this. It goes all the way around. It feels very nice. When you do turn it, it does click in place actually very, very good. So that's pretty cool. There is your power button right there. Eyeball, that's going to be your source. So depending on when you're pointing the remote to it, I think that's what it's going to do. And then in the back, you do have that same black dot right here. That's going to be the same as the front, but the back you do have a couple other options. So USB, HDMI, and then a port if you want to put a headset on. Yeah, very simple and very self-explanatory. Let's go ahead and connect this, and I'm going to show you guys here. I have a blank wall right in front of me. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and show you guys how it works. Okay, so here we go. Here's the remote, and I'll show you guys the projector. There it is right there. We're all set up. So we are going to go ahead and power it on. So you can see this went from red to blue. And there is the screen. So pretty good. It does say it has the automatic keystone, I believe. So it's probably going to adjust on its own. So very nice how the setup is going to be. I'll just zoom in just a tad. But I do have all the lights turned on right now, and you can see how nice the screen looks like. It's actually, with daylight, it looks very, very good. So right there just gives you some instructions. It says Bluetooth, remote control pairing, just depending on what you're doing. And there goes the automatic keystone. So now it is adjusting the focus, and it looks like the focus did it a little bit worse, but that's okay. We could go ahead and adjust that. So on the remote, I did mention that I wasn't sure what the F+, F- was. So this is just gonna be the focus. So if you want to focus F+ or F-, just touch one and see what it does. So I'm just gonna do the F+, and you can see here that it's starting to get a little bit better. And now it's gonna be much, much clearer. So pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna hit later. I think we're speaking in English, so we're gonna try that. And then just pretty much follow the on-screen instructions here. So select your region, select your Wi-Fi, like all that stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna choose the US, even though I'm in a different region at the moment, but I'm gonna go ahead and choose US, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the light so that way you guys can get a better feel of how the screen looks like. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna pick the US. And then it's just gonna say connecting your device to the internet services, provide good benefits. So this is just making sure you do connect to the Wi-Fi. So we are gonna go wireless because there is no Ethernet. It just says either wireless or later. So let's go ahead and do the wireless connection. Okay, so once you have this signed up, you're gonna have a couple things here for, just some standard stuff. So you got your privacy policy, update notice, terms of use, privacy. So you could send and sign up to a couple things, even some parental controls if you want. Or if you just wanna leave it as is, just scroll all the way down and hit accept. And then that will take you to the Whale OS operating system. So this is the Whale operating system that's built into the projector. So this is pretty cool because I've never had the opportunity to test this operating system, but yeah, pretty cool. My first impression right now, how it is coming up is it's pretty clean. Right now it's starting to pull up the information. I don't have Netflix, so there's not gonna be anything on there as recommended. That's why it shows all blank. But because YouTube, I do have YouTube, so you can see kind of like your recommended stuff there. So very nice, very, very clean. You do have your Prime Video. And again, when you are signed up to this stuff, I actually like this a lot. It's actually really clean. Very different from how just regular iOS is, and also Android TV or Google TV. So it's kind of refreshing to see an interface that's just so different. So same thing with Disney Plus, Prime Video. You will have some things here that's kind of like just recommended. So here Netflix is now loading some stuff here. So you do have to have a login for this stuff to work. So just keep all of that in mind. You do have IQIYI. So I'm sure that's going to be loading up some in a second. And here it is. It says version can be updated. There's been a bug fix. Anytime you get anything like this, click installation. It's gonna give you update installing notification, and just let it do its thing while it updates. Okay, so after it's done updating, it's just gonna say restart now or update on next boot. I always do a restart now just to have it done, and I can get all the new updates now. Okay, so it looks like we're good to go. And I wanna show you guys the response time on this. If I do click right, look how fast that is. It is instant. I don't have to point directly to the device itself. It's actually very, very good. Now, they do have Whale TV Plus, so it's got some recommendation stuff. Yeah, a bunch of stuff here, which is pretty good. Here's all your apps. So these are like some of the recommended stuff you can get. There's Plex, NBA TV, Spotify, Crunchy Time. Yeah, tons of stuff here. For files, if you do have a USB stick, you could get your files here, and then of course your TV casting. I wonder what this one does.
Enter speaker mode.
Oh, cool. So you got a speaker mode here. So turning off the screen, that's actually very, very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and
Exit speaker mode.
I'm gonna get out of that. So that's pretty cool how that thing works. Okay, let's go to the far left. You do have a voice input or enter keywords to search for the content that you want. That's nice. You do have Bluetooth mode, so Bluetooth speakers. So just depending on the speaker that you have connected. So this is just the same one that it's searching for. There's nothing that else is connected. You do have fast channel HDMI source. You have your settings here, so picture, sound, network, and Bluetooth. The picture here, I always like to come here through the settings just because I like to mess with this. You do have like a standard mode. You do have softness, dynamic, energy saving, vivid, and then user. So anything that you want to customize is actually pretty good. You have eye protection mode on. That's also great. This is where you're gonna find your network. So anything that you do have with your Wi-Fi, you have a Bluetooth section here, HDMI-C. I always like to have this turned on if I have a device connected to it, so that's good. This is where you're gonna check your software updates. This is where you're gonna have your voice services. And then of course you got your app settings, device preferences, so whatever you want with date time, keyboard, screensavers, factory reset. Yeah, pretty nice. This is gonna be your lens. So here's your settings, and this is, you're gonna find your picture, sound, network, and Bluetooth. I'm gonna do a whole other video because this will take a while for me to go through everything. And then you do have here your weather, so whatever you have here, so I can change my city. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and come to YouTube and do a quick test just to see how this works. Okay, so here we go. We are on YouTube. As you guys know, I do have a couple channels here. So I'm just gonna search for Rohas, and we're gonna just look at one of my other videos. So there you go, there is my channel, and you can see everything is actually pulling up like very fast and smooth. This is actually pretty nice. So let's go ahead and test one of the videos out and see how it works. And welcome back. Today we have the, what is this? The AOUN. It's a portable energy power supply storage. We're gonna go ahead and check this out, open it up, and see what you get. Let me know if you guys have ever played with something like this before. I always try to get you guys here all the latest. So yeah, this works actually very, very nice. The speaker on the projector is very good. Let me turn it up to halfway so that way you guys could hear how well this is. And yeah, this thing does pack some weight. So let's. Yeah, very nice. I am doing the mute, the volume. It does seem like there's like a slight lag
you do get a
when I do hit like the volume, but not too bad. It's maybe like a second off, but the voice, the latency is actually very, very good between the mouth and the actual sound that's coming from the speaker. It's very, very close. It sounds almost like perfect right on. Gotta say, maybe it might be off by like 0.05 of a second, like 10 thousandths of a second or something, so something extremely close. But yeah, it sounds very good. The speaker's actually very nice and it works. Again, like very cool. As you can see here, I do have some lights, and I do got some lights here in the room, and the screen is actually very, very good. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I always try to get you guys here the latest and greatest stuff. This projector works very, very well. Everything is nice. The only thing I will say is the fan. It's not loud, but you could definitely hear the fan blowing, so making sure it stays cool inside. But yeah, this projector is extremely good. The quality is great. If you want a bigger screen, you got to pull back a little bit. But whatever you want to know about this projector, it's going to be right here. It's very, very nice and works great. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys want something like this, I always will hook you guys up with the latest and greatest. With all that being said, I hope you guys are doing well. You guys take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in the next one.